Welcome back to the spoiler room, my fellow action movie enthusiasts. Are you ready to take a trip down memory lane and relive one of the most thrilling sequels of the past decade? I'm talking about none other than John Wick Chapter 2. As the movie begins, we find John Wick reluctantly pulled back into the criminal underworld to repay a debt to an old associate. He is given a task to kill the elder brother of a powerful crime lord, Santino d'Antonio. John travels to Rome, where he faces off against some of the world's deadliest assassins, all of whom are after him, because of the price on his head. But let's be real, John Wick is the deadliest of them all. One of the highlights of the movie is the incredible fight scene in the catacombs beneath Rome, where John takes on a horde of attackers armed with nothing but a pencil. It's brutal, it's intense, and it's one for the ages. I mean, who needs a gun when you've got a pencil, am I right? John also faces off against Cassian, a ruthless hitman who is one of the main antagonists of the movie. The two engage in a thrilling fight that takes them through the streets of Rome, dodging bullets, and taking out bad guys left and right. It's like watching a one-man army in action. Meanwhile, Viggo Tarasov, the Russian mobster from the first movie, is still pulling strings from behind the scenes. He sends another skilled assassin, Ares, after John. The two have an intense fight in a subway station, and John emerges victorious. I mean, have you seen John Wick fight? He's like a machine. As the story progresses, we see John being pursued by Santino d'Antonio and his army of assassins. John's quest for revenge takes him to different parts of the world and he faces off against some of the most skilled assassins in the world. But John Wick is relentless and he will stop at nothing to get his revenge. As the movie comes to a close, John finally squares off against Santino d'Antonio, the man who forced him out of retirement in the first place. The two have a final showdown in a hall of mirrors, and John emerges victorious once again. And that's it for our John Wick Chapter 2 recap. The movie was filled with non-stop action, incredible fight scenes, and a compelling story that kept us on the edge of our seats. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check it out. It's a movie that will keep you on the edge of your seat and leave you wanting more. And for those who have seen it, let's admit it, it's always fun to relive the awesomeness of John Wick and his world of assassins. And don't forget to stay tuned for our next video, where we'll take a look at the next chapter, John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. It's even more action-packed and intense than the previous movies, as John faces off against the High Table, the shadowy organization that governs the world of assassins, and takes on waves of attackers in different locations. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more exciting movie recaps and reviews on the Spoiler Room.